This camera is on? No.
नहीं,
नहीं.
पीछे दिख रहा है पूरा.
No, this one is on. This is not, right?
Cannot allow. Cannot allow to speak.
Loudspeaker. Okay.
I went.
And how I mute this?
I said, you don't have to do anything. You have to mute this.
Yeah.
I don't think you can. You have to just turn it off. About 3 seconds.
One minute. Let's go with the schedule. Vatsal, I hope you can hear me now. Just message, I think you can't speak. Yeah, okay, thank you. Hello, everyone. Good afternoon. And thanks for joining us today. I know it's a bit hot outside. Okay, so and we're going to discuss a lot of things about Cloudflare. There's no cloud in Gujarat right now. So, but yeah, in this hot summer, you people came here. Thanks for that. We'll start with our session this afternoon. We have quite a few panel members who are going to discuss a lot of things with you guys. So we'll introduce one by one later on as they come over the stage and speak. Agenda for today, we'll start with a bit of introduction about Atyantik and Atyantik DevHub. Just giving you a brief about what all about this Atyantik DevHub, what we are doing with this, okay, and how we are started and where we want to take it forward. That will be done by me, and then there will be first case study that one of our software engineer will deliver. He will share his experience working with the Cloudflare and the solution he has built over that. So he will share those insights. Then we will have our second case study, where not only us, even our client will also want to speak to you guys, so that we will showcase. Then we'll have a short break of 20 minutes. So we have a cafeteria, and we'll go over there. Tea and coffee will be right. So yeah, at the short break. And then we will have a final session by Ted. So he will share more insight on Cloudflare, how we are using it, how you guys can use it, and a bit about the features that you can implement in your projects. And then at the end, we will have swag distribution, networking, and refreshments. So that's overall 3 hours of session. We want to go with the time. We want to stick to the time, so all we can cover. So let's, before we start, I just want to make sure everyone's mobile phone is on silent. So we shouldn't be getting distracted. Any unnecessary calls. If you have any urgent or emergency call, please take it in our cafeteria area. You can go there and pick the calls. And for any assistance, if there, in case of emergency or anything, you can contact our volunteers. They are standing there. Okay. And just let's go and enjoy this session. I will start with myself. I am Dipankar, CEO of Atyantik Technologies. I'm born in Kolkata, so I'm Bengali, but I'm brought up in many cities in India. And now in 2001, I came in Baroda. So Baroda is a lovely city. And then I settled over here from past 20 years, more than that. I have overall 18 plus years of experience working in different domains. I worked in managed services, then I worked in product development, working as project manager, portfolio manager, stakeholder management. Those things I have managed. I'm a, apart from work, I love sports. I love to play cricket, football, any sports you say, except golf, and someday I will play chess as well. And yeah, I love long drives. I commuted from here to Calcutta, drive from here, then I came back. So I love that. So that's part of my hobby kind of thing. I frequently go for drives. Feel free to connect with me on LinkedIn or any social media sites you want to. I will start with Atyantik. You might know about Atyantik, but I just want to highlight this is a IT service provider company started in 2015. And we more believe in developing solutions for our clients, working on projects, building more cost-efficient, scalable softwares for our customers. Our company strength is 50 plus, and we worked on more than 70 projects, and we have more than 30 customers at present. And our retention with customers is very good because there are clients who are working with us from the start when we started with this company. So that's the beauty of this company. The clients who came, they would like to work with us, continue their business with us for a long period of time. Our vision is to have cost-efficient solution, which is scalable, responsive, developing those kind of solution. Okay, so that's definitely all the IT companies do. But one of the major things that we do is we don't call us as IT service provider. We call us IT service partner to our customers because we go on their journey. So they come with any requirement, we get connected with them in such a way that they stay with us for long term and they want to build their product, and we think that product is our product because we connected with those products. So that's how we relate ourselves with clients. And our mission is to build an organization not as other organization. We want to build organization where people are trained, getting trainings, knowledge is shared, people can grow in the company. So that kind of culture we can build. And that's why we have this kind of sessions on regular interval of time that people can learn the things which maybe they are not working or they are not implementing on their project. So that is our mission, core mission. So we more focus on our employees. We want to build them. We want to help them to gain more knowledge, better knowledge technically, and also on the soft skills part so that they can, take a growth in their life and journey also. This is just our portfolio on the solution that we provide to our different customers, different projects that we work. We work on custom software, bespoke solution, IoT. We work on minimal viable products, mobile application development. These are all the domains that we cover. And there are a lot more actually, but we highlighted few where we are currently focusing more. Atyantik DevHub, again, this is something in line with our vision as a company. And our tagline, code, collaborate, and conquer. This is again aligned with our visions where we want to share knowledge. Not like that we are a teacher who will come on stage and share it, tell you what to do, but more it's a collaboration. Okay, it's a knowledge sharing between us, people. We can work on complex problems, we can work on solutions, and know the better way how we can deliver the things. So that is the primary goal of Atyantik DevHub. We encourage people to come deliver their session over here. We support them. Whatever the logistic is required, we support them on that part. Any technical guidance is required, we support on that part. And that's how we are building this Atyantik DevHub. This is open to everyone. So obviously there are a lot of people came from different places now over here to join, but this is open. Anyone can come on the stage also to deliver any kind of session. And it could be a very simple technical things. It could be more complex things as well. So that is the purpose, overall vision on the Atyantik DevHub. So, and also we want to build, tech community within our Baroda location. So that, I mean, there are many communities like that where we have this kind of sessions, but I think we are trying to build where people can learn and grow faster. So that kind of community we can build over here. So till now we are focused on technical knowledge. We have shared a lot of technical knowledge. I will show you that what kind of sessions we had so far in Atyantik. But we also now focusing on soft skills training as well. So that next phase will be that we can bring up some soft skills training like leadership training, probably communication training or some kind of those kind of trainings which you can bring over here. So that is our overall goal, that with technical, we should have some soft skill training also. And why I'm saying empowering holistic development. So that is more required right nowadays. So see, the one thing is for sure, writing 1,000 lines of code is not programming. Now the programming change. Programming is more about collaborate, learn, implement new ways, new techniques. Okay, so that is what we want to bring over here. And when you are collaborating with people, you need to think from the perspective that how you can interact with the people. You have to think about how you can share your knowledge with the people to build something which is innovative. Okay, so that's why we are saying it's holistic development, what we want to bring as a culture in Atyantik DevHub. So these are the few sessions that we had in last 1 year. So we started this journey in July last year. And so far we delivered this all sessions over here. It's not necessary that all are delivered by Atyantik developers only. It could be people from outside who came and delivered these sessions. So our achievement so far, we have 7 successful sessions, meetups like this. And 100+ people are benefited with that. Okay, so they took some knowledge out of here and they have implemented those things in projects. So which we are connected with the people. They let us know that, okay, this really helped us in building their solution. So that's what our achievements are. So with this, I move with the next person, Kamil. So we will start with his first case study.
All right. Thank you, Deepankar, for the lovely introduction. And okay, so hello everyone. My name is Kamil Khan, and I am working as a software engineer in Atyantik. And I started my journey in JavaScript. So naturally, I am a JavaScript enthusiast. And also, I work in social work. I do social work in my weekends as well as I'm a sports enthusiast also. I love to play football. I love to follow football. And I'm a vice president of JSX, what are a fellow community for JavaScript enthusiasts. So, all right. So most of you came here providing your precious time, your precious money for knowing that how can you build cost-effective, scalable, and low technical depth solution while maintaining the performance, even improving the performance. So we had one of our clients over here who is into the luxury business, luxury travel business. And in luxury, they are very ruthless. Like they can't expect a downtime. They cannot afford even 1-2 minutes of downtime. So they came to us for the solution. Like they had previously implemented a WordPress based solution, but the problem in that uh, they had a voting system. There was a period of voting for 3 to 4 months, 3 to 4 weeks, sorry. And during that, there is a huge traffic spike. Like concurrent users. Yeah. So, can you?
It will be there. Just give it a second, sir. They were not able to. Click on trade. Very good.
Yes. Yes. So as they had 3 to 4 weeks of voting period, they had huge traffic spike, like concurrently thousands of users at the same time voting for their best travel property. So what happened in WordPress that in the first hour of voting, it went down. Like they had 504 gateway error. So the requirement was that they needed to provide high quality media streaming. They wanted to showcase their luxury profiles in high definition photos, high definition videos. And they wanted a very effective, authentic, and secure voting system. But again, the problem was that thousands of users at the same time. Like we can achieve that with using any CMS, but this problem wouldn't be solved in CMS. So what we did during that time, we provided a solution consisting of DigitalOcean applications which scale which scale when the traffic spiked. They and again we used Redis server. We used MongoDB. MongoDB is great for read and write. For during voting, there were millions of rows which were getting added in the database, but it provided us with zero downtime. It didn't crash. And also we used DigitalOcean spaces to store the data. We had a live environment, we had a dev environment, and also we provided on authentication, key cloak authentication for their admin panel so that they can be less dependent on us and they can make the changes through their admin panel. But again, this worked pretty smooth. Like there was zero downtime. They were pretty happy. They were very happy with the solution. But here comes the tricky part. This solution was expensive. As you can see, the database cluster itself, MongoDB, Redis servers, they ended up getting of 199 average $199 per month. Like it wasn't usually $250 throughout the year. It was just it was an average costing. Like during the voting period, obviously the traffic was very high, so it was costly.
Can you screen share again?
See, I am a Linux user, I'm a Windows user, but I'm not a Mac user. So yes, it's ironic. I'm so showcasing a solution and I'm facing this issue with Mac. but bear with me for this. Sorry for the interruption. And again, the overall DigitalOcean cost ended up being $51. Like each and every app, like it cost $12 for the live PWA, means the React app which we were hosting, and the APIs also it was $12. And again, so average it went to $250. But as I said, the luxury travel business, they cannot afford a downtime. They can afford $250 per month, but they cannot afford a downtime. So they were pretty happy with this solution. But as a tech company, we were not. Like we cannot, we give this expensive solution. So we eventually pivoted towards a new solution, which is to use Cloudflare. As throughout the time, people evolve, companies evolve, the technology evolves. So Cloudflare came into the picture, and we went through it, and we saw all the great possibilities it provided, all the great technologies it provided at a very cheaper cost. And again, it gave us the performance which we wanted, still in a cheaper cost. So our new solution was this. We wanted to use Cloudflare Pages. It is a very easy to set up, very development friendly, and it's very scalable. We do not have to invest time to make it scale. It scales automatically, and it's deployed on the cloud in the edge network which Cloudflare provides. And in the backend, we use Supabase. The simple reason we use Supabase was we wanted Postgres solution. And also Supabase offers us a pretty cheap $25 per month pro plan, which gives us real-time updates because it uses Postgres, and it again
I think that's it. Like,
it
we
provides.
just wanted to use managed data.
Yes. It also provides us with a very simple interface to use. And again, as the luxury website contained many images, like thousands of images and videos as well. So we used the Cloudflare images service, which provides us with 5,000 free unique image transformations. Like we don't have to transfer all in the original, like guys, CDN. So it provides us with 5,000 unique image transformations, and after that, it's just 50 cents for every 1,000 unique image transformations. And you must focus on the unique part, because it's just for every unique transformation it will count. After that, for the same image, for the same transformation, it will just use it from the cache. So it won't cost us any more money to transform that.
Does it mean converting API to PNG or
No, we can provide various parameters to it. Like we can reduce the height and width, we can reduce the quality, but not like quality parameter we can reduce, so it will reduce the size of the image. So the bandwidth which is used will be less, but the overall display, it will not be affected very much. So image transformation is very much necessary to speed up the site, as well as yes.
WebP through AVIF, and it does a lot of things.
Yes.
It's a good image CDN transformation.
Yes. And it's a very cheaper solution, and it provides us with all these capabilities. And also there is a video stream feature which we were using to stream the videos in the website, which was very mainly in the homepage. And we stored the images in the R2 object storage, which Cloudflare provides with the free plan. Again, for this solution, we didn't use Cloudflare's Pro plan. We are using its free plan, and it's supporting our website smoothly, pretty smoothly. So I will show you the cost statistics for this solution. Like again, the streaming and storage costs us $5 per month. The Cloudflare images is $5 per month. And again, if we are crossing the 5,000 unique transformation images mark, it will be just 50 cents for every 1,000 unique transformations. And we were using Cloudflare Workers, which is again $5 per month. And Supabase costing was $25 per month. So the overall cost was $40 for 1 month, and it reduced the cost by 84%. Like we went from average of $250 to an average of $40. So it is pretty remarkable. It is pretty remarkable. Like I cannot emphasize it enough. Like the client, obviously, when you go to them that we are providing you with a new solution which is reducing your cost from $250 monthly dollars to $40, then obviously they will be ecstatic.
KV namespaces, key value storage that Cloudflare provided.
Yes.
Cloudflare provided the KV.
Okay.
How many GB or GB does it provide? A 10 GB is free, and 10 GB is free, and I'll be covering some statistics around
Yes.
that later on as well. So I'll come to that costing part as well. Right now, this is costing the same amount, $40.
Yes. So as Teej said, he will showcase you the details. This is the costing for our use case. Like in our project, this was the costing, and it was मतलब वो हमारे प्रोजेक्ट को काम करके दे रहा है इतने कॉस्टिंग में. हमारा प्रोजेक्ट बहुत अच्छे से स्मूथली चल रहा है, और आपको मैं परफॉर्मेंस स्टैटिस्टिक्स भी दिखाऊंगा. शोकेस यू द परफॉर्मेंस स्टैटिस्टिक्स. See again. This is the old performance of the desktop version. As you can see, the overall count is 70, performance is 70, and I will showcase you the newer version. See, the newer version from 70 to 88 in a cheaper solution. Like in a cheaper solution, and also low technical depth. Like we don't require that much knowledge. Like we wanted to implement the DigitalOcean solution. This was a very low technical depth solution, and it is providing us with better performance. Like it's pretty remarkable. Yeah, we went from React to Astro for the front end, and the API layer, which was in Nest.js, it went away because we are using Supabase. So the code was reduced around 50%. This is the mobile version. Mobile statistics, the old solution was giving us 61 points of performance, and now it's giving us 73. So again, sorry for I am repeating this, but I'm also very much astonished that this much cheaper solution is giving us this much better performance. Like I cannot imagine going from $250 to $40 and it's giving us better performance. And this is the overall bandwidth saved. Like due to the Cloudflare's edge network and their caching mechanism, it's saving approximately 670 GB per. It's of the last 30 days. The statistics of last month. Out of total 844 GB, it's saving 670 GB. Like it's pretty remarkable. around 79% throughout the month. It is saving the bandwidth cost. Again, see, I am pretty much emphasizing, and I'm also repeating, but I'm not sorry for that because this is very good solution. And if you don't believe me, you can hear it yourself from the client itself.
Greetings from Cape Town, South Africa. My name is Tanik, and I'm the Director of Sales and Marketing at Scalable. Scalable Awards is an online platform for luxury hotels, bars, and restaurants. And we provide an awards program as well as advertising in 40. The Atyantik team has built and managed our website since inception in 2021. And while the original website really was amazing, we did see the role. There was a lot of back and forth over the last 3 years with small changes and both from the Atyantik team and from our side. Chris approached me a little while ago, a couple months ago, about a new option where we could save some money. $150 USD per month, and we wanted 50 and 50 USD a month, which is incredible. And we have maintained our speed, our quality, and actually I think the speed has increased. So it really has been an amazing upgrade for us. There's been a lot of work involved, and there's still a lot to do in the back office side, but the improvements are showing our clients are really happy and so thank you to the Atyantik team. We are thrilled to have upgraded to a cheaper service, which is much better. It's so unbelievable to us. Grateful to you. Thank you for this opportunity. You can let me switch over to this option. Cloudflare. Thanks, guys. Bye.
So as you can see, I just want to say that if we can gain the client's trust like this, they won't go away. Even when some other competitor is trying to get that client, that I will provide a better solution, I will do this, I will do that. But when you gain that trust like this, I don't think that they will go away. And this client is, again, a pretty much good example for the past. Like the boss will say in much more detail, but I can say. So, yes. So again, feel free to ask me any question after the event, or feel free to connect with me. Here is my detail after scanning, obviously. So yes, thank you everyone. Yes, again, moving over to the next case study from Ajay. Ajay will showcase you that. So I welcome Ajay Patil to the stage. And best of luck. Sorry.
Okay. So hi everyone. Am I audible? Yeah. Okay. So thank you for joining the Atyantik DevHub. Myself Ajay Patil. I'm working as a software engineer. Basically, I'm from Jalgaon, Maharashtra, but from last 1 year, I'm part of Atyantik family and living in Vadodara only. So as you can see my profile, the profile photo is somewhat old. Yeah, it's fine. So in Atyantik, I'm working as a full stack developer, in love with JS, React, Astro, and working on GraphQL. So recently, I'm working on one of the giant project, which is like I can declare the name as the boss is sitting behind. Yeah, but we can't disclose the name. So the global leader is like they are delivering the energy efficiency and the automation tools. Yeah, and I'm also active as a moderator in JSX Vadodara. Rather than telling about my tech, I'm somewhat interested in fitness. Also, I love hitting gyms and traveling around. I am always eager to uh, gain the experience with new peoples and try to learn more. So if anyone wants to connect us, they can scan the QR. Also, we can connect on JSX Vadodara. Yeah, thank you. Next, we'll come to the second case study, which is like the Expo Engage, which is basically as a managing Expo in a better way. So Expo is somewhat, it is a managing app, or we can say management app for a huge crowd. So the Expo Engage app is also having its own interesting story, we can say. Like one day in the starting of February, one person from Crade AI came to us and yeah,
So, you know,
yeah,
and he can also explain better how they
Yeah.
on the short amount of time.
story. Okay, okay. So we'll somewhat manipulate the story. We'll change the context. So the okay, Samir Bhai is there. So he came to us with the bizarre requirements, and like it was non-achievable for some companies, we can say, or like the requirements were really uh, like high quality. With they want the robust solution for their engagement app. Okay, so he was with his checklist. We can see the checklist what it is. So yeah, this was the requirements he was with. Accessing control over authentication and authorization. So what it means? So it is like they want the multi login users, like the user can multi login. They want to multi login with ACL and at the time, and also they want the ownership based access, like the owner can access the total data of the application. He can update or manipulate all the things in the application. So it was the first requirement. The second requirement was like online registrations. So nowadays no one wants to stand in a queue and get frustrated wherever he is, like he don't want to waste the time. So they want to deliver a solution where their customer can get online registrations for their Expo app. And also they want, if someone doesn't register online, so he can register offline also. So this was the second point. Third was like whenever you enter the Expo DOM, so the like they want to monitor or they want to measure the daily footfalls in the Expo DOM, whichever, like it may be check-ins or something else. Like overall the daily footfalls or the interactions between should be calculated in this. So this was the third point. And the fourth point was little difficult to manage, but it was great, like smart connection. Smart connection, we can call it like whenever we can, for an example, whenever you meet to some salesperson, right? So he will just explain you about the product and explain you about the product. And after some time, he will ask you for your contact numbers, your details somewhat. But at that time, you will have a thought in your mind, like, I don't want to share my personal details with him, name or number, something. So what it is doing, it is connecting smart. First, the user will log into the system. User will log into the system. And whenever that logged in user will check in to the Expo demo, and he will have the ticket with him. Like whenever you logged in, the ticket is created where the details will be stored. Like the check-in person, like the customer have the ticket, he will go to the exhibitor. So instead of directly asking to the details, he can just scan his QR and he will have all details in his app right there. So the smart connection has been built. And instead of focusing these details, he can directly interact with the customer in the good way. Like he can ask for his requirements, his queries, and try to perform and solve the and give the better solution for them. So this is the third point, like fourth point, which was mainly he was focusing on. And after the connecting to the customer, he can have the leads too. Like this customer is focusing on what points, what are the details, or what is the actual requirement he was having. So he can add into the instant lead collections. And next, it is like analytics and dashboards. So what is this? It is like they want the analytical database on the daily basis, and also for the like the Expo app is for 4 days. So for 4 days calculation also we can get, and also the daily basis calculation we can get. The client needed the daily footfalls, the visitor interactions, and the leads collection in the analytics form. So it was the fifth point, and there is one more like microsite hosting for exhibitors. So for microsite exhibiting, like they want this product to be, I don't sell like.
I can cover this point. Actually, I added it and I didn't mention it to him.
Yeah, it's fine.
We create a QR code for all the exhibitors, and we hosted all their portfolios and everything. It is like a link tree, but a very microsite. So it's a microsite for that. We wanted to manage that as well through this, platform that we had. That is what we were doing with Picture.
Yeah, this is what the last point is. So what do you think, like with these requirements, anyone have any approach, what tech you are going to use, what will the cloud platform, or how much does it cost to develop whole? Cloudflare, yeah. Yeah. Yeah, got the point. I will.
Now you give us a deadline.
Yeah. So yeah. So any suggestions or anything else you can suggest us, so we can have a talk with that, and then we can provide the solutions in your way, and we will have one more DevHub. So any suggestion? So let's calculate for another, some of many of us will have one thing in mind, like bro, we can also use, instead of Cloudflare, we can use AWS. So yeah. Versal. Okay, Versal, AWS. Yeah. So whatever cost, what will be it cost? Like what will it cost?
For all the functionality.
Functionalities as you have the requirements. Yeah.
It has database and stuff, but do you think how much would it cost? Like,
How
do you have any
much?
idea? Do you have any exemption?
Any rough figure
You
exemptions?
want to meet the requirement.
Any cases? Traffic.
Traffic would be 6,000
6 to 7,000. Yeah.
with more than 15,000 registrations approximately. In a week.
In a week. Yeah. The expo is for 4 days. 7 days ago. Yeah. So okay, so we'll calculate a roughly estimation for AWS. So if we select AWS, then for EC2 nearby, it will take $8 to $10 with free DB3 micro, right? Okay, for $8 to $10. If you use RDS, then it will calculate nearby $15 to $20. And for AWS Lambda, if you take, it will take $5 to $15. Yeah, roughly figures. So we are don't concentrate on the numbers, dollars, but we are just calculating the rough cost. So overall, it will cost us near to $30 to $35. And if we add Freewala something, then it will reduce more $5 to $10. Okay, so $25 to $30 it will. But you will get amazed, like this Cloudflare will give us the Cloudflare pages free, as Camila also mentioned. Okay, Cloudflare workers are free, certain limits, right? We get the CDN, which is the heart of Cloudflare, free. So most of the things are free. So we make the product in the cost efficiently, like we make it cost efficiently. We reduce the cost when the client is happy. If the client is happy, we are all happy. So this is what the product is. Okay. So we'll go to the architecture. Yeah, it cost us nearby $5 to $10 only. For Cloudflare, it cost us $5, and for images, as the exhibitor will store his images, so it will cost $5 to $10. Yeah. So it was amazing for us to. If Cloudflare wasn't there, then we haven't gone through this. Yeah. So yeah, this is the architecture of the application which we have developed. So IndexedDB is to store the local data of the customer, whoever is the visitor. it will store the local data. Pages and workers are there. CDN is there. Whenever the data is like the network is in the low latency, or you can not low latency, the bandwidth is low, the internet is not working properly. So workers will come and it will sync the data whenever the network is in the best way. So it is for their Kiwi server that Tirth has mentioned. We have used the Kiwi, R2 objects we have used, and D1 database. So this is what the architecture is for Expo Engage. Next, we can go to the tech stack, what we have used to develop this app. So this is the, like for front end, we have used Astro, React, Tailwind CSS, Hono for backend, for like seamless API. And for database, we have for local, we have is IndexedDB, and for Cloudflare D1 as database. ORM Drizzle for managing the, what we said. Oh yeah, connectivity for this, and for deployment, Cloudflare Pages and workers. This is the stack which we have used. Yeah, the problem statement, like we have discussed just now only, what was the cause, the problem statement, latency issues. Like the Cloudflare provides us the cost effective, like the cost is really low. Latency issues, we all know that the caching, one of the best function of, we can say for Cloudflare, latency issues, it reduces the latency, it gives you the faster data. Once the faster data is provided to the customer, so the customer is happy, he get interesting, like interactive with the app. So this is the problem statement which we have solved. Second is like manual logs. It was like, as I mentioned earlier, the visitors doesn't like, no one in the today's world, no one like to wait for something. So we got frustrated like really fast. So this was one of the problem statement, slow time consuming. And the manual data was like something, if the internet is not working. So sometimes we reload the page again and again, but the data is not updating and we are not able to save the data. So this was one of the problem statements. So we solved it with the help of Cloudflare and the real tracking for taking the analytics. Next, the properties for this is the app which we have developed for Expo Engage, and these are the roles and permissions. Admin, as I mentioned, they want the ownership based access. So admin is the one who can manage the events, users, and all the data flow in the app. He will have each and every access of the application. There is the another role is like exhibitor. Exhibitor is the person like who is there to exhibit his properties, or the like in the mainly we can say it's like a builder who is showcasing his properties, right? And scanner, check-in scanner is a person who is validating your ticket. So he is the one. And guest user is the end user who is registering, doing the registration online and offline too. Desktop is the like he is the, this role is for helping the end user when offline for registering offline. If at the time of Expo, as it is a big event, sometimes the network bandwidth is low, so the visitor can be, like connect with the desktop, and there you can register offline too. Yeah, this is what helps us to like what are the advantages, or we can say the features of the Expo. Like it simplifies the check-ins, no need to stand in a queue. So wherever you are, you can register from your mobile phones in the prior to or on the time of the event also. It gives us the digital solutions, so no paperwork for this, and enhanced data. So it gives you the better solution with Cloudflare. So this is the flow of the Expo app. Like the end user is the visitor, he will come. Then once the end user, the visitor registers in the application, the ticket will generate, and then with this ticket he can enter to the Expo app. Once he enter to the Expo app, he will get checked in. Like the check-in scanner person will check his ticket, and once the ticket is valid, he will enter to, like he will get connected with the exhibitor, and there he can provide his queries or whatever requirement he has, and he can get interacted with the exhibitor, and exhibitor may provide him the better solution according to his needs. If the visitor is not, like he is not logged in, or sorry, not logged in, he is not registered, and then he may visit to the desktop. If he can able to at that place, if he is able to register from his mobile phone, then it's fine. Then he can directly visit to check in. but if he's not able to like register there because the Expo Engage is a big, like you can say, it's a crowded place, and on the crowded places we get somewhat internet is slow. Like we face this issue. So if it is not working, then he can went to deck stuff to get registered, and then he can went to check in again. So this is what all flow is, and at the end of the day, we will create a report and analytics for this app. So yeah, this is a query analytics. We can see. So we can check like the reading of queries is 266.27K for it is, yeah, it is for 3 days. You can check. Write queries is 38.84K, and reading rows you can check it 962.36 millions. Yeah, this is the query analytics. Here the query latencies. You can check the latency, like the Cloudflare provides us the least latency. Like you can check 99% is only like 99% in 30 seconds. So usually an API gives like it took 200 milliseconds to do a handshake protocol, but with the Cloudflare we reduce it to 29 milliseconds, and 99% of the time it is successful. So you get a faster experience and you get the better result. So this is for query latencies. As Tirth mentioned, analytic dashboard. So it is for 4 days, 20, 21, 22, 23, and 24. So you can see on the 20th Feb, we were having 733 foot counts. Oh, sorry. Yeah, like I'm not used to Mac, so sorry for this. We are Linux and Windows. So on 20th Feb, it is 773 foot counts. 21, it is 1344. 22, it is 2248, and 23, it is 2445. So across it is 6K are there. So 6K visitors are there. So it is handling each and every data in the best way, as we can see on the dashboard. So yeah, this is what.
The main thing of this app is it only took 14 days to develop
Yeah.
everything. Not more than that.
Not more than that.
14 days was the key point.
Key.
We had a very tight deadline, and if it wasn't for the Cloudflare infrastructure, I don't think it would have been feasible.
Why don't we go with
Firebase.
Google Firebase is expensive. If you go again to a certain limit, it will be expensive. And with the row rates and everything, as you can see, it will cost more than $100. So the better alternative was this. If you have better, like, okay, Cloud Firebase would be different, it will be more cheaper. You're most welcome on the Atyantik DevHub next one. So, we're always looking for the cheap and faster solution.
The 2 resources were used for this project.
Only one developer, I guess. One developer, and at the end, one more developer for designing and correction.
So 14 days we took for development and 4 to 5 days for testing. And like 20th, we have released the app. So it was great for us. Okay, thank you. Okay, sure. Yes. Yeah, okay. We'll hand over to Tirth.
Putting some pressure to them to present and improve their skills. So they are not the original developers right away. There are other developers. So I'll answer that question. So what we did is we changed the app to PWA first of all. It was offline first. So as soon as you use Astro with PWA, it is offline first. All the resources are downloaded. Okay, and then we would use that to sync with IndexDB. So even if you are logged in or not logged, if you're logged in, that data will be synced. There is no internet, it's fine. People are registering on the registration desk. They are not connected to the internet. That is fine. They are giving the QR codes. It is a UUID V7. So when you are checking in, you are scanning, you get the entry. Whenever there is internet, it will sync. With that QR code, they go inside the exhibitor run. They scan it again. Even if the data is not synced, they will be able to collect the lead. And then once there is internet, it will sync. So whenever there was internet available, it would sync right away. And I think there was zero downtime. You can tell us, right? Samir, it was zero downtime. It went pretty smooth. And it was the first project where, Ajay sir was very skeptical. Like, this would spoil the relation if you don't do it right. Because there was another team, Go Banana, if you're aware of it. They had their own solutions in place, and we were providing this solution, and we got the best compliment. We don't have this solution. Why don't we have this solution? Can we buy it? I said no. It belongs to Profity as of now, so that is where it is at. So with PWA offline first functionality, we were able to do that.
So what will happen in PWA? You say, don't you use SQLite?
We do use SQLite, but that is when on the server side. On PWA, we use IndexedDB to store the data. For local in-app browser, it is in local browser you can use Wasm as well, but it is still Wasm SQLite, but it's still experimental. So you may want to use that, but on production, no. It's a big no. We won't do that. Yes, sir.
This question is more like food for thought, right? And maybe you might address in the next session.
Okay.
So in software management, we have this famous triangle, right? Cheap, fast, and good.
Correct.
You can take only two, not all the three. Yeah. Well, that kind of trade-off is there. So here it seems like we are trying and then being successful, tracking all the things. So what's the secret sauce, right?
The secret sauce is Cloudflare, of course. Like I wouldn't. They have. I'll be covering this a lot. They have this vast infrastructure around the globe, and with the edge servers, how they started and why it is so cheap, how they are coming to this, why is this SQL, D1 SQLite, how is millions of row reads, just for cheap, nothing, no price at all. How is this happening? How is this working? I'll cover that up a bit. Okay, but the Cloudflare is the secret sauce. I think they are doing it right in the Cloudflare, and they are not paying me to say this. So, okay, thank you guys. I think we are going to have a small tea break. It is a bit early than what we expected. Do we have the tea? Yeah. Okay, great. We will have a small tea break, bit of refreshment. And what time is it as of now?
4:10.
4:07. We will start by 4:30. Back. Okay, we are running 20 minutes early. We will get more time to network and extract and chit chat more. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you.
Everyone just go through the pantry and take.
How was it, man?
It's not allowed inside.
Very good.
Huh?
मस्त था बस वो मिलीसेकंड का सेकंड कर दिया
कौन सा? मिली सेकंड का कौन सा सेकंड कर
अरे
दिया?
आपने 29 सेकंड बोल दिया
अरे
मिलीसेकंड
चलो ठीक है. Sorry.
Guys, I'll meet you. Then we'll join back in. Am I audible now? Okay, great. All right. Where was I? I was with Backbone.js. Has any one of you ever heard of Backbone.js? Quite a few. Ember.js, Proud.js, Batman.js, Ember.js. Now that was the era of JavaScript. This is not the era of JavaScript. This is the era of tools. That was the era of JavaScript when you used to write document.getElement by ID and then work it out to the bottom of it. That is how we used to write JavaScript in our age. But that is how we started. With Backbone.js, I started, I have this very bad habit, and you're going to be a part of it. I have a very bad habit. I create something so abstract, people would never understand what is beneath. They would get used to it, and then they would never know how this works. So I'm going to introduce one of the framework Flare Kit as well at the end of it. Again, it is for your benefit, but for the extendability purposes, always learn the core of it. Okay, for any technology. That is what I would advise. I'm an OpenJS certified Node.js service developer, and I created 2 open source projects, FlareKit and React PWA. We contributed to many as a company as well, to Cilius, DocuSerus of Facebook, Rixos.js for state management from, again, Meta. And yeah, so we contributed many places. And I think that's everything from my side. Like, that is what and who I am. I love anime, and I haven't read any manhwa yet, but I don't get it. I just look at the good animations that they bring live and just I go through with it. I love to enjoy it with my partner, and we are a big fan of One Piece. I already completed Naruto and have watched so many anime. I just love it. That's the favorite pastime I can do. So today we are discussing about Cloudflare, an awesome company. There are 2 companies that comes to my mind when we usually talk about. People usually ask like, hey, who do you want to be? And I'm like, I don't want to be anyone. I'm myself. But if I consider a competition out there, I would definitely say ThoughtWorks is one of the best companies with the best culture. And the another one for the product base is Cloudflare. And again, they're not paying me to say this, their work speaks for itself. They deliver quality. Cloudflare Pages that you're hearing so much in the workers, it is deployed on green energy. By 2025, they will be 100% carbon emission neutral. So it is with green energy. So they are not just creating a platform, they are creating sustainable platform for everyone to use. They are not yet market giant, but they are big. And they are competing with the market giants. So you have to understand, like, they are going to keep their cost low at this particular time. This is when we should be utilizing it, right? So that's Cloudflare. There is very interesting story about any company, you hear. Cloudflare is very interesting. They are thinking out of the box. They are taking the right steps. Do you know about SSL? Everybody knows about SSL. What is basically an SSL? Encryption, right? Encryption, decryption, whatever data you're receiving. What is the core of encryption? Key. And how? Unique key. Tell me more. Unique key. How do you generate a unique key? RSA is a mechanism, but how do you generate it? You need a seed. You need a seed to generate a unique key. How do you get a unique seed every time to generate a unique key? See, computers are programmed. Computers are all programmed. What is more chaotic in this world apart from marriage? Nature. You don't know what is going to happen with the nature. So they use this out of the box concept. Okay. What they did, lava lamps, right? You know about lava lamps? Have you seen one? This image is broken. Whatever. There are 100 lava lamps over here. Okay. That is what the image is. This is lava lamp. It is the nature with, it is just giving a bubbles, giving a presentation of lava coming up and down. And it's very random. What can you do with this? Create a seed. How? Take a picture. People have heard about it, right? The story. Pretty interesting. For those who have not heard about it, there are 100 lava lamps. There are 3 to 4 cameras in Cloudflare. They take the picture and it is in their lobby. It's not like closed room or anywhere. So they say that when people visit, they see the lava lamps. That is also the part of the entropy. Like this was not considered. After taking that picture, they would go through each and every pixel, assign a number, and then create a unique string. And every second it takes pictures, right? So every time, they have a unique key. And this is the fastest possible way. So much out of the box solution right there on the table. That's what Cloudflare is. They're giving you solutions faster, out of the box solution, and making it cheaper. What more can you ask for? So how I started this, I'll tell you a very short story as well. Okay. Closing clients, like everyone, wherever I go now, in all the meetups, non-techie meetups, everyone asks me, like, how are you getting your clients? I said, it's a trade secret. We are disclosing it today, right? So if you're planning on getting more clients, you do this very simple thing that we did. And it comes from referrals, as I think Kamil said, like, if you keep your client happy, nobody's going to steal them away. We boldly say everyone, just, steal them, try to steal them. You won't be able to. We provide a lot of value-added services. You won't be able to. So what happened in 2018? A client came to us. They said that our website is hacked. It's like, okay, what infrastructure do you have? They said AWS. I said, okay, you can have the firewall gateways and everything in place. AWS is good, but they didn't know about it. AWS is great. I wouldn't say it's not good. It's great, but there's a lot of learning curve. You need to learn the features, exactly how to use them in a proper way to get the correct output. And they said, we want to stop the attack right now. How can you help? I said, okay, give me your name servers. Update your name servers. I pointed it to Cloudflare. It took me 1 hour for the name servers reflection. I got the stats. This is the IP. I blocked it. As simple as that. As simple as that. They thought it was a magic. Like, you stop the attack. I said, no. But I didn't say it was Cloudflare. I said, yes, we are experts. We know the right tools. We know when to implement it. Gaining trust in short amount of time. Displaying your expertise in the way that they wouldn't expect is the best way to get client on board, right? And with help of Cloudflare, you can do that. So that's our trade secret. We give solutions in a more cheaper way, in a more sustainable way, in a more faster way. The app of CredI was developed in 14 days. The app for Lux Global Awards was developed in 2 months. Do you know what is the secret of the Lux Global Awards, the voting system? Have you heard about fingerprinting? Anyone here heard about fingerprinting, right? Fingerprinting is expensive, but it is there. So we wanted to create a voting system. We wanted to create a voting system that was secure, non-repetitive. For each and every vote, you don't have to confirm your email address, and a smart system with anomaly detection. This takes a lot of process, lot of energy. And that you might think, $250? You're kidding me, right? Like, that won't be possible. This is wrong. But when you do all that anomaly detection, you add the tools on top of it, and everything you do for that, which IP to trace it from, for that particular 4 weeks of time, it is a headache. So that is what accumulates the cost. And that is what we are saving now. Cloudflare gives inbuilt security. This is from one of our clients. Can't disclose. Again, you can Google it out. Google kar lena. Ab Google kar lijiye, pata nahi kaun sa meme tha yaar, I don't know. Okay. This is in last 24 hours. Total request 35.92 million. Mitigated by WAF, Web Application Firewall. The attacks 1.29 million requests. We were getting this attack that Cloudflare managed all by itself. How many were served by Cloudflare? 10.33 million. And by origin, 24.3. Now, not everything can be routed via Cloudflare. Okay. But it is trying to stop the main facing apps, the client facing apps. You see the downline there? Okay. Because it is today. I got this graph today. So you wouldn't see a spike. They haven't the data yet. Caching Caching was the another request I loved Cloudflare for. It is the CDN company. It started as a CDN company and the security company, and then it expanded. So you see the caching, and this is again for 24 hours. You already saw 35.92 million requests. 2 TB of data was transferred approximately, and this is the cache ratio. Miss 3.53, hit 8.87 million requests were hit. And it is not the API request. Of course, you can't cache the API request. But for any normal request for the front, the client facing, the CSS, the JavaScript, the images, that is all coming through. Why not use this infrastructure to the full potential? Why even to worry about it? You're developers, right? You're not DevOps engineer. Maybe some of you, maybe, but no offense. Okay? You're not DevOps engineer. You should be focusing more on the business logic rather than post applying the business logic, scaling it. That time, the last 5% of the optimization takes most of the time of the project. We are saving a lot over with that. The third one was the DNS and SSL. Has anyone issued SSL before 2018? You have? Right. Oh, sorry. It crashed. No, it is right there. You have, right? How much did you pay for it? $2. There was a cost to it, monthly, yearly, some cost. And I think there was this company, Komodo, right? They were issuing the SSL certificates because they were issuing the unique ID for creating the signed certificates, and they were accepted all around. OpenSSL became famous way more late, after 2018, 2019, 20. And everyone got approved of OpenSSL. Okay, it is right there. Then there was Heartbleed. You're aware of the Heartbleed issue with SSL? No? Yes? Someone? Some of you were. People were able to hack into the system with SSL. So there is a lot of headache when you manage. Do you know your web apps perform better if there is no SSL? A lot better, actually. SSL adds the overhead, but it is a security protocol. You have to implement it. There is no option for it. Okay. And Cloudflare from 2015 providing this service for free. From 2015 with their global SSLs. Sorry? Customized? Customized SSL. Yeah. 2. If you want it, then you can pay for it. But for their global SSL, you don't have to pay for it. Your server might not have SSL at all. So this thing you see, like browser is connected securely with Cloudflare, and then Cloudflare might not be connected securely with your origin server. So you can mask your IP address, first of all, of your origin server. You don't have to expose it. And you're still getting the benefit of SSL. Pretty cool. I saved a lot of time. I was not worrying about these things since 2015. It's very bad of me disclosing it in 2025, but there were no communities right then. And Vadodara used to be a very, very limited area for developers. It is. So that is another reason why I loved Cloudflare then. Now there are new features coming in that we all want to explore. A lot of new features. R2 object storage, which you saw already, KV storage. Kind of alternative for Redis, kind of. Again, I'm not pushing it too hard. Okay, Redis is great. It does a lot of things. PubSub you can do with Redis. Okay, there is a lot of, you can lock a key. You can create different databases with 0, 1. You can do a lot of things with Redis. This is a kind of halka version. Key value storage, D1 SQLite, Hyperdrive, workers and pages, stream, images, workers AI. Okay, काफी लोग will be interested in that one, but I'm not going to explain. I haven't explored Hyperdrive. I haven't explored worker AI. I have worked with everything else apart from this too. For workers AI, we have a special video from their team that I'll be displaying over here. Hyperdrive, I know the concept, haven't implemented it yet. Haven't found the need to implement it yet. Okay. We'll be going through just from the top, scratching the surface for the rest of them. Okay, imagine this Cloudflare stream. Let's talk about the Cloudflare stream. You want to stream a video. You want to go live. Okay, you want to display it to all your friends. How would you do that? OBS Studio, going live with Twitch, Discord. What if a client comes to you and say, I want to develop a similar solution? What are you gonna do? What is the solution for that? Anyone who has worked with media streaming servers so far? S3 bucket, okay. What is the cost for streaming? Now it is secure streaming. I wouldn't push it too hard.
The streaming, but I know that they have a streaming
Right.
service. So I use the images.
Okay. Okay. So think of this. Cloudflare is very, when we say emphasizing cheap and fast, you look at the metrics. Okay. Now Chava, I haven't watched the movie, but did you guys liked it? I need some reviews. Is it good? Can I hear a yes or no a bit loudly? I'm closing my eyes. Yeah. Okay. Okay, great. Okay. So Chava, okay. Runtime 2 hours 35 minutes. If you include the advertisements, 3 hours and 30 minutes. The storage, we are just going to store that movie on Cloudflare streams. We're not going to do that right away, but we can. Movie length 155 minutes from hours to minutes. What is the cost for 1000 minutes? It is based on minutes, which is more simpler to calculate rather than the egress and things and everything, like how much data is going out. You don't have to worry about that. Cloudflare, let Cloudflare worry about it. Okay. So now you need to have an exact idea. I'm going to upload 155, so it's going to cost me $5 based on this. $5 for 1000 minutes. So 0.775. Let's say there are 100 viewers for this. Okay, for 155 minutes, 100 viewers, this many minutes, it costs only $1 for 1000 minutes of watch. So that is 15.50. Okay, the total monthly cost, like this is I just divided for month. Like in a month, approximately 100 users are viewing it. They all watched the Chava movie. They all liked it. Okay, so this is what it is: storage plus delivery cost, which is 1400 INR, approximately 1398 something, based on the currency exchange rate. How much would that be per user? 14 rupees. How cool is that? You watch the whole movie streamed in 14 minutes. You won't need to download the pirated one, or you can download the pirated one and upload it over here and keep it private. Don't think in that direction. Come on, guys. Okay, so how do we do this? How do we do this? Who likes dogs and cats? Some of you might. I'm gonna misuse the powers that were given to me by one of our clients. There you go. I'm gonna go to stream and let me get a video, a nice one. Cats and dogs. I'm just gonna upload it. It's gonna take some time. It's around 2 minutes, 1 minute, 50 seconds, something. But it will do all the hard work for you. Convert into multiple quality parameters, low internet, 720p, 180p. It is gonna do everything for you. It won't upscale, sorry. For that, we need generative AI. But you can use Workers AI to upscale it and then upload it over here. There's an option. Okay, it's right there. It is queued. Now this is a heavy process, right? But it is still there. You get an API. You get an API of how to post it with just a token. Pretty straightforward. Like if you're using curl, fetch, any library, if you're using PHP, use Grizzle, right? Anything. Guzzle, right? Guzzle is the right, not Grizzle. Okay. Okay, so it is processing. It is 52% processed. 77. I can't wait this long. I'm kidding. This is the fastest we can get as of now. There you go. It's ready. In the API, it will also give you whether it is ready or not. So if you want to see the JSON details, you will see the status state, whether it is ready or it is processing. Okay. And you get the thumbnail, you get the meta info, the video format, and you get the preview as well. This is the preview. Wait. I'm going to inspect the element because we are developers. We had the cats and dogs. it's streaming. If you want to see the stream, you'll be able to see the stream over here. You're not downloading the whole MP4 or the WebM, and it's going to be go with chunks. So this is being happening for the first time. So it will take some time to get it loaded. We just optimized it, but it gets better. We are using it for Lux Global Award. It just takes once to optimize everything from its end, from where you're calling the data, and then it just was spread it to the CDN that it has. So sorry, I need to close the shields. Ideally, it should not be there, but it is there. Okay. We are getting the segments. We are getting it in MP4 format. Okay, and we should be able to stream the video soon. It might take time, but it is there. There you go. It is streaming. It is coming segment by segment. If you see over here, it is coming segment by segment. To do this, there are different servers that utilize a lot of computation, and it's not easy. Trust me. Getting this done is not easy. I have worked with media servers. A lot of computation, a lot of cost, a lot of technical knowledge required. And I love cats and dogs both. So, yeah, the dog says the same. He loves cats and dogs. So that's stream simplified for you. Within like 3 minutes, we got it up and running. Great. Let's go back. This is one of the best features. I like it personally, the new one. The next one is the Cloudflare images. Now, when we are talking about the luxury, we are just going with that only. They don't give anything in short. They are giving us images of sometimes 70 MB. It doesn't make sense. Like, why are you giving us images of 70 MB? Do we need to create something around it to optimize it? You may not. It's up to you, whatever you want to do. So this is an image. Okay, it is hosted on media.luxglobalawards.com. It's an image of pretty nice place. There we go. Okay. Again, we'll open the developer tools. If you're not able to see it, let me know. Huh? Are you able to see it? Fair enough. Okay. Let's reload it again. This is what it is. 16 MB in total. It loaded. Now, we don't want to change the resolution or anything around it, but 16 MB is too heavy for anyone. So we'll just do the CDN, pretty straightforward. CDN CGI image and format equal to auto. This is what we are going to do. You see this image, 4.5 MB. Same number of pixel and resolution, 6222 multiplied by the same one, okay? 4148. No change in resolution, it optimized. Let's change it a bit further. Let us reduce the size of it, okay? Not the quality. So we say width is equal to 2048 or 2408, 2480, whatever. There we go. It's super fast, like really fast. It changed to 786 KB with this resolution. You can do crop, you can do contain, you can do all of things with this, but it changed. And the format is image WebP. AVIF is not optimized for large pixels. It is optimized for less number of pixels. So WebP is much more appropriate format. Cloudflare is intelligent enough, it will detect it, it will do to convert to WebP and give it to you. 786 KB. Let's go to the smaller version, 1980. Oh, sorry. Wait. We have it. Let me reload. There you go. And 1080. The 538 KB. Okay. AVIF. It got you the AVIF format. 152 KB. Way less. Let's change the quality. Like we allow it to do quality not to 100%, but let's say 85, which is most probably web readable. 85% is web readable. Okay. I guess. Did I miss anything? Yeah, it's working. But with 10 quality, it is right there, 14 KB. For 85, it didn't change much. Some images might. For maybe less than 80, less than 85, it will change again. There you have it, 130 KB. And you don't need to do anything. You didn't deploy any workers, you didn't write any code for resizing or anything. It is right there. And it only charges you for the unique transformation. It doesn't even charge you. After that, it caches everything in the load. No rewrite cost. Like you're not using transformation. You can just, use as it is with, it is just a CNAME to your, storage. So it's not charging you anything for it. It only charges you for the transformation. Pretty cool, right? Pretty effective in your day-to-day life. You can use it right away out of the box. People are going to stick to that. They're going to call you the remarkable guy. So let's look at this stats. Okay. The original image 16 MB. This is the dimension. The image type JPEG. Reduction. This is the original image 0%. We just added format equal to auto. Okay. Let it format. Let it remove the metadata, whatever the extra information is there inside an image. And then it got reduced by 71.9%. Huge. Width equal to this. Okay. 95% reduction in the overall size from the original one, image WebP, and with 1920, like it supports from 1920, not 1980. Okay, so 1920, 391 KB with 97.6% of size reduction. Comes with API, easy to upload and easy to access. Next one, R2 storage, object storage that we were discussing. How much does it cost? And we have a small comparison. Again, this is not very strict one. You can optimize AWS for your needs, but it's a very small comparison. Storage, this is the cost. For 1 TB of data storage, 2 million requests for class A operations and 20 million requests for class B operation. If you're using AWS for bucketing and everything around with it, you know what class A and class B operations are. Class A operations are mostly write, put, delete. Those are the class A operations. Read, get all, get the head options. Those are all class B operations. You put an image once, you read it multiple times. So it is almost 10 times what you usually do. So 2 million of class A operations and 20 million of class B operations. The best thing with Cloudflare, it does not charge you for egress. Are you aware of egress? There is ingress and there is egress. Yeah, whenever it is coming inside the server, it is ingress. When it is going out from your server or infrastructure, it is egress. Most of the services do, Cloudflare does not. Why? Because of the wide area they are covering around the globe. $23.31. Anyone spending a lot of dollars on, storing backups on cloud? No one is storing backups on cloud. You are. This is for frequent access. You go with infrequent access. This reduces by 10%, not 10%, sorry, 60% for infrequent access. So once you store and upload, you're done. That is why we don't have external, more infrastructure cost. We are putting everything on cloud and we are forgetting about it. Even we haven't accessed that data for pretty long. So, but it's there. A very small comparison with AWS S3 standards and R2. The same data. Okay. This is 23.31. That is 41.55 excluding egress cost. It will cost you more than double. You are saving a lot of money over here. Cool. That is what the R2 object storage is. And it is S3 compatible. What more? Like you can use S3 client to do all the computation, upload an image, put, there is a list. There is a bit of restriction as well, but there is a list which you can operate with. If we go over here, let me check. I can show you one of the R2 storage. We are using 89 GB. And we have production and everything right there. Pretty straightforward to access. You can manually upload it. You can upload it via the API. It is pretty straightforward, right? So we have workers and pages. Now, how many of you have already worked with Cloudflare? Deployed their applications on Cloudflare? 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. Approximately, I'll consider 10, right? No, for deploy to workers and pages. Like who all are using Vercel? Vercel, there are a lot of people using Vercel, right? What is the challenge that you face with Vercel? What if you have to use a DB? They are coming up with Vercel DB, right? There is one. Very limited. How do you work with key value storages? There are challenges. They are trying to improve. They started with Next.js. They are trying to create an infrastructure around it on top of AWS. I don't think it's going as smooth as it should be. This is pretty straightforward. Okay, quick question. With Vercel, when you have deployed, how long does it take to get deployed? To set up the deployment and everything, how long does it take? From scratch? 5 minutes with Git connect. It connects with Git and it gets deployed. Now you have to create a mono repo around it that has multiple apps. How long would it take? Now, when you go enterprise, you cannot work with a single app. I don't think many of you would be. With more experience, you will come to mono repo. So what would you do? How long would it take with a mono repo? Have you heard about mono repos? Right? How long would it take to deploy? Pretty long. You would have to set it up separately because single Git connect won't work. So now you have to rely on GitHub Actions. As soon as it comes to GitHub Actions, it's a mess now. So for single application, you're happy, you're deploying. Vercel, yes. But then with Cloudflare, it is also a bit difficult. We will address that. They have a way around it. They're working on the monorepo setup as well. While they're working on it, we'll be working on our own Flare kit just to demo you how it works. I can actually go and create a next app, but I did just for display purposes. I created a Astro project, npx Astro create, and I just did with build and deploy. That is what we did, and we'll go through it pretty quick. Cloudflare Astro app. Get this, you get it up and running. Like it is as straightforward as that. Git connect and you just deploy it. Okay. Do you want me to go through it and deploy it? Okay, let's do that then. Okay. So let's go. PD workspaces. And let us create one. Let's name this project demo 2.
Like automatically detect the tech stack like Next.js.
It can. So when you are deploying, okay, I might need to do something. File is returned. Let me create the folder actually. Let's go to Astro. I might be using the old version of the build. There it is. Are you able to see it, or shall I zoom it in a bit more? There you go. What do we call this? Digital debris. Fine. Minimal or a block template. Minimal dependencies. Yes. Git repo. I don't want to create a new Git repo as of now. I'll just deploy it from my local, if you guys don't mind. Okay. No. Too long. Staying with Gen Z, I have become very impatient with the Reels and Instagram. Attention span has reduced to 1 second. I enjoyed 1 second Reels a lot. Who all are Gen Z? Gen Z. No offense, guys. I like your enthusiasm a lot. It is just the new way of looking at life. We millennials, we are crushed in between. We listen to our parents, we are going to listen to our child. And in between, we are listening to our wives. So, okay, let this complete. We can discuss anything till then. It would be very boring not to discuss and just look at it. Yes.
Now, pages, like how to think, it's more than storage, right?
See, Pages has a limitation. You can upload 25 MB of code. Okay. And 25 MB of code is lot. 25 MB of all the files and everything is not. But you can just upload the code, it will execute it. What Cloudflare is trying to do, it had worker and pages. Now it is combining it to a single one. That is what it is working on right now. So there won't be dual concept of worker and pages. So it is like Lambda functions if you have worked with, Edge functions if you're working with Supabase or Vercel. It is very much like that. So it is an Edge function. There we have it, digital debris. Let me check if it's working. It's working. Let me build. Build. And I can connect it with Git. It will auto deploy. It will do all the stuff that you want. Okay, like it's a simple connect. I don't want to do that. I'm just gonna do npx wrangler pages deploy dist. This is my local. The same happens with the inside one. Technology is. I'm only logged in Wrangler, so of course it is right there. CLI, yeah, and it'll deploy it there. It will take some time for the DNS propagation. Oh, it didn't. That's powerful. It is right there. It didn't took long to deploy. If you're working with a client who is very choosy and is not giving you the Git access, you can use this. You can see it is deployed, and when he asks for the code, like give me money first. Okay. Was pretty fast, right? 3-4 minutes again. We are saving time. Time is money, guys. We spend a lot of money in our cafeteria. Okay, so that's workers and pages for you. In the free plan, 100K request per day is free to any worker or page. 100K request is more than enough for any app. Normal app. If you're going enterprise with a lot of traffic, Netflix, no, you are not. It's not enough. But for a normal app that we are working on, I have seen 80% of cases where this is more than enough. With 12 CPU milliseconds. Paid plan. If you give $5 to Cloudflare as a donation, I guess, I don't think they really want it, but they're just adding this cap. But if you give $5 per month to the paid plan, it's 10 million requests per month. That is what we used for the Credit project or the the expo. Because we were not aware how the traffic is going to be, and there's going to be a lot of read requests coming through when the data is getting synced. So we just used $5. I don't even think that was required though. Now the AI part, pretty interesting. Few things. There is a list of models that you can already use for inference. And when the inference happen on the edge servers itself, your inference is very, fast. If you're working with AI already, this will help you out a lot. Let's go through the video.
Hey, you look familiar. From somewhere. We get that a lot of fun. But chances are you bumped into us on the internet. We often get, oh yeah, you're that CDN company. You're so fast. It's true. Hey. Or you're that security company that detects all those attacks, right? Yeah, that's us. All of that. That's all part of what we call our connectivity cloud. We've got data centers all around the globe, and we serve 20% of the websites on the internet. So we've got a pretty good handle on what's happening at all times. That's just part of our story. Our mission for more than a decade now has been to build a better internet. These days, the apps y'all are building are evolving faster than ever. They're pushing the limits of what was possible even a few years ago. This, of course, is largely thanks to putting the power of AI into the hands of developers. And as builders pave the way forward, Cloudflare is right there helping make AI experiences better, safer, and more reliable. I'd love to show you real quick how we're combining the power of AI with our connectivity cloud to create a better internet for everyone. Now, if you've been keeping your finger on the pulse of developer tools, you might already be familiar with Cloudflare Workers. It's our powerful serverless platform that's been revolutionizing the way that we develop this code. If you haven't heard about it yet, no worries. It's possible that this gem has slipped under your radar. I mean, over 1 million developers can't be wrong, so my hunch is you should probably know about it. Workers is all about speed. I'm talking low latency, blazing fast responses right at the edge of the network. Also, it's incredibly fun to build. Imagine bring your ideas to life in no time. Deploy your code with just a few clicks and see your creations go live in seconds. Deploy to all the regions. Region Earth. It's quick, it's scalable, and again, it's a whole lot of fun. There's so much innovation to be had, all sorts of tasks that we literally couldn't do before. It's a bonkers time to be a builder, and I'm so excited. As you start exploring the world of Cloudflare Workers, you'll find a treasure trove of tools, all packed conveniently into a single cloud platform. Imagine having everything you need at your fingertips. From managing your data effortlessly with our serverless database solutions, to handling complex data structures with ease using our vector store. And for those times when you need to wrangle your unstructured training data for your AI models, we've got just the thing. It's like stepping into one of those ultra convenient big box stores. Like literally everything you could ever need is right there for you. We even got free samples. Oh yeah, of course. We have all of your favorite AI models deployed around the globe, just waiting for you to make them go perfectly. Ready to unleash your creativity? Let's explore what's in store. AI requires a ton of training data. And well, you have to store that data somewhere. Now, storing that data reliably and actually being able to access it without breaking the bank, it's pretty critical, right? You'll most likely also need to access that data possibly from other services. Well, we have just the tool for you. It's called R2. What are two words that start with R that describe the best object storage ever? Robust and reliable. Yeah, that's it. R2 has a familiar API, but not the familiar charges that you see when you move data out. That's right. It's a zero egress fee object storage. All yours. Your leadership is going to be so happy. Every application you've ever used most likely relies on some sort of SQL database on your code. So when your data needs a bit more structure, we got you. D1 is an incredibly fast, production-ready serverless SQL database. It lives right next to your code, so querying it is lightning fast. So we have R2 D1. Whoa, R2 D1. Dang off my one errors. And just in case these are not the data solutions you're looking for, we have vectors. Vector databases have finally been getting the attention that they deserve. Historically, they've been used for recommendation systems and classification, anomaly detection tasks. But the most popular use case these days is semantic search. You can locate exactly what your users are looking for in their native language. But Vectorize is globally distributed, and it totally lets you accelerate and scale your AI workflows. It plays very nicely with all your retrieval augmented generation. Oh, speaking of generating, we have GPUs, lots of them. We also have a slew of popular models hosted and ready for you to hammer away at. Remember, we've got a global network, so your inference runs where your users actually are. They like that. In addition to not needing to manage all that hardware, we have a very straightforward API that lets you perform tasks that your users are going to dig. The API is available seamlessly in Workers, but it's also readily available from the comfort of your existing applications. It's inference as a service, if you will. You can do things like generate images, code, and text, all from natural language. You can create embeddings from your data, and you can recognize and create speech, You can translate to languages and analyze the sentiment. And I know that this sounds a lot like, but wait, there's more. But, well, if you've started running AI in production, you know that it's easy to rack up these costs quickly, but kind of hard to tell where they go. We have a full proxy that tracks AI usage and mitigates data loss. It's called AI Gateway. You can use this with any model, not just the ones hosted with us. With AI Gateway, you can increase your reliability by setting up fallback models. You can observe traffic patterns, usage logs, and of course, those costs that are associated with using these models. You'll gain new visibility into your traffic and those malicious actors that we keep seeing pop up. If you're looking for a way to reduce costs, we'll help you cache and perform rate limiting as well. Your leaders are going to be ecstatic. We're honored to be on this journey with you as you blaze the path of new AI applications. We'll be here, doing as we always have, listening to your needs and then crafting the tools that help make the experience better for you and your users. Developers really love the platform, but you don't need to take my word for it. You should come hang out with us on our Discord. And when you're ready to learn more, head over to ai.cloudflare.com. All this to say, we love the internet, you love the internet. Let's make it even better together.
That's it. From them, you know about AI now. If you are aware of AI, you know how to use it. I don't know how to use it, right? Now the final part that we want to discuss about here is the Flare kit. Who has deployed application with more than traffic of million users? Million users, I'm talking about million, not less than that. Enterprise level application. You guys have, great. What is required in a great application? Like if you start listing out the features, I'll say cron jobs. Queues. Without queuing mechanism, it will just block everything. You need multiple apps to be functioning, different front end, different back end. If you are a good developer, okay? If you're a good developer, you need test cases. You need end-to-end test cases along with the unit test cases, maybe with Playwright and everything, okay? So you need end-to-end test cases. That is how you create a good application. And not everyone, you don't want to set up every time you want to, like I'm going to build this, okay, let's set it up. Let's install ESLint, okay. Let's make it communicate with all the other apps. I have to create an API, I have to create the front end for doing end-to-end test cases on my local. I would have to run the backend as well as the front end, let it connect and let my test suite connect with it. Lot of work if you set it up, lot of work. We created this when we were working with the Expo event, the CRAD-I Expo event. Let me just go through it, okay. And we have there you go. It is right there. It's a mono repo. It is nothing more. It is set up properly for testing, for Hono APIs, for any front end. Right now it is integrated with Astro, but we have already deployed it with Vite. We have already deployed it with Next.js. For any front end, we are using database as a service. Okay, so there is a package for database service. So even API can use it. If you don't need APIs at all, even your Astro app or Next app can directly use it. So that is what FlareKit is. And to maintain the quality, let me go to FlareKit. To maintain the quality of the overall code, whenever somebody tries to push, we are using Husky. You have worked with Husky, right? So I'm just going to say npm, not sorry, git push origin. Let's say with help of Husky and Turbo Repo, it will start with test coverage. So it will do the database build. It will do the set of operations that needs to be done. It will do the backend testing. So it will start with the backend test case coverage. Okay. We are using Istanbul to get the code coverage for it. I was not able to get this covered for the 48 line number because it was some weird closure function. But apart from that, it will go into the database. It will run the migrations into the test database. Once that is done, okay, it will build for the web. It will build for the backend. It will start the backend in the preview mode. with the same persistent to Wrangler and the state wherever we are working at. It will build the web. It will start the web. So it will build as it is in production. It will start the web. It will use end-to-end test cases. Okay, there is something because I have to pull it, but it will use Playwright for end-to-end test cases, running 3 test cases using 3 workers. Parallel everything to make sure your code of quality is not impacted. See, as a company, when we are working with so many developers, everyone has a different perspective. Not everyone would follow the parameters that you want to follow. In a company, it is the role of a tech lead or an architect to make sure that you create an architecture which complies with your standards. This is one of our initiatives to do that. And this helps in a very faster development. On top of this, what I didn't have a lot of time, or maybe I had most of the time. I'm the most non-busy person here, so I tried to create Flare site. Now the purpose of Flare site is npm run dev. We want to give any CMS-based websites for free, host it for free for the end of the time till Cloudflare allows. Okay. So we want to use D1 SQLite. We want to create faster admin panel. We want to create open API specification 3.0 as of now, but maybe 3.1 later on. It's a very minimal change. Okay, so we want to do all this stuff and we want to have the base ready. So we are working on Flare site. How it usually works is admin panel, and I would have localhost 8000. What was it? Docs. I don't know. Hold on. I'm already using that port. Am I using it somewhere? Okay. There it is. So this is the APIs that we created out of the box for the content, for the users, and this all will be hosted at no extra cost. So if you have a client, you want to get a website up and running, use this. It's open source. It's MIT license. We are not, taking any accountability over here. We are just giving away things that we want to use for free. Okay, so this is open API specification with everything inbuilt. I'm going to work on it even better. I am going to create the wrappers around it so there is non-repetitive code. An API should be written within 40 lines of code max. And there should be base services to be extended. So all that things happens in the background. If you just want a glimpse of the code, not this one, your site, it is right there. And if you open it with React admin, like we have created this API wrapper as such that it follows the RFC specification. So you don't have to worry about it. And with the authentication and everything, it is right there. I'm echoing the token, but I have the content. Forget about the view. We can go in the backend. We can edit it as we like. We are going to use it for published or however we want to use it and get things done. Like I'm not even investing time into this. It took me hardly 15 hours to get this done. It took me long enough because I don't have the gap to always fully focus on it. But it took me counted 15 hours to get all the APIs ready, to get all the migrations ready, to extend the base service and do stuff like this. It reduced the time by a lot. Now, if I'm going to complete and share it with my team members, they will be able to get a site up and running, host it for free in like a week max with great performance. That is what we are trying to do. That's Flare Kit and Flare site for you guys. So if you are developing, and this is auto deployed, of course, this is auto deployed, else it won't make any sense.